we've got our meat washed. I'm just going to spice our meat. Maggi Cubes. I quite like the taste of Maggi Star. There are other options like Maggi Crayfish, Maggi Chicken, but personally, I don't know. I prefer Maggi Star, unless I'm maybe cooking something more specific like chicken, then maybe I'll opt for Maggi Chicken, but even still, I would much rather use Maggi Star. Next thing, we're going in with our adobo. So adobo is like a multi-purpose seasoning, so it has ginger, garlic, and a few other things as well that would add that kind of flavor to your food. That's authentic flavoring to your food. So I just eyeball this based on the quantity of food or protein or meat that I'm cooking, but that should suffice for this one. So if you're cooking any sort of meat, chicken, turkey, like thyme is just that one thing that you cannot. So that's the quantity I'm using. I don't know if you guys can see that you cannot avoid. I love the flavor of thyme in my food. Curry powder, garlic. I'm sure by now you guys know I love garlic. I love the taste of garlic in my food. So yeah, it's a generous amount of garlic. And then last but not the least, I'm going in with salt. Okay, so when it comes to putting salt in your food, you don't want to put excessive, but you want to put just enough to bring out the taste or the flavor from your food. So I'm putting, because of the quantity of meat I'm cooking, I'm putting a full teaspoon of salt. And then if I need more, I'll add along while I'm making the soup. So now that all our spices are in, the next thing we're going to put in here is our stockfish trimmings. When it comes to cooking soups, yeah, you need that stockfish flavor in the soup, right? Anyways, and then next thing is we're going to add our blended pepper onions in there. So guys, I don't know if I mentioned this, I'm actually cooking this in a pressure cooker just to cut down the cook time, but you can cook this in a regular pot. It's just that it's going to take you longer to take your meat longer to cook. So while our meat is cooking, we're going to go ahead and prep the other ingredients. So one tip that I've found really useful cooking is to try and prep your ingredients in advance. That way it shortens your cook time, especially if you are recording, like if you are creating food or cooking content. It helps to prepare your ingredients down and you know, clean up everything you need to clean up. So when it's time to start cooking, all you need to do is add your ingredients and just do like the actual cooking as opposed to prepping the ingredients. I don't know if that makes sense. Now we are washing our crayfish, and then we're going to be blending that with more onions. Guys, when it comes to flavoring food, onions just brings out that taste. I don't know, there's just something that onions does to cooking, like to food. So I'm going to blend my crayfish with my onions. So now we are going to prep our Oha Leaf. So I remember not liking to pluck Oha Leaf when I was younger because my mom would insist that we should pluck it, like, you know, remove it from here. But now my mom is not here, so this is how I do it. It's faster for me to do it this way. Kudos to our parents, or kudos to our mothers, because they did things manually back in the day and they got it done. Like, they didn't complain, it wasn't even a big deal. But me, oh my goodness, I guess, yeah, that's just life. So once you're done doing this, the next thing that you have to do is, like, basically just break it into little bits like this. Don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. So yeah, pluck it from the stem, and then just break it into little bits like this. And that's me done with the vegetables. Of course, I'm going to wash it afterwards. By the way, if you're hearing any noise, is the noise coming from my pressure cooker. So a good way to be sure that your vegetable is properly washed is to, run your hands at the bottom of the bowl. If you feel any sand at the bottom, then you know that you need to wash again. So I believe the reason why you have to mix your achi in your oil before you cook is so that it doesn't have lumps. So we're just going to, guys, you need to look, you need to see inside this pot. It looks so good. Hold on. I don't think the camera is doing justice to what it actually looks like, but trust me, it looks really, really good. So now that we have transferred our meat, we're going to go right ahead and add our crayfish and onions mixture, or blend rather. Next thing, we're gonna add our Pomo, and we're going to leave that to cook for about 5 minutes or until it starts to boil. So this is the pot. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So this is the part where we taste for pepper, salt, and everything else, just to be sure that the soup, is giving what it's supposed to give. I think the only thing lacking actually is pepper. I'm actually trying to reduce my pepper intake because I've been making some really, really spicy food of late. So I'm just gonna add, this is, by the way, this is red pepper, grinded red pepper. So I'm just gonna add a teaspoon of red pepper and then taste. That's it. Perfect. So now we're going in with our palm oil and achi. Just going to pour that in. And then we're going to give that a good stir. Okay, and then we're going to cover this and let it sit for about 5 minutes or until our soup thickens. Oops. So let's check on the thickness of our soup. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's thick now. I think this consistency is just right for me anyway. So now I'm just going to go right ahead and add my oha into the soup. that is our soup done, guys. So, taste test. My hands, obviously. That's how you eat. Swallow. That's the real way you eat swallow. Okay? Guys. So good. Let's try the meat. It's hot. It's hot. Guys, did you see that? You know what? Let's just rewind. It's actually good. If you try out this recipe, or if you try it out, let me know. If you are familiar with making oha soup and there's something you feel like I've done differently, let me know down in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. I need to go and enjoy my meal, but don't hesitate to leave me a massive thumbs up. Also, if it's your first time here, guys, do not leave without hitting on the subscribe button down below. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Oha is actually my favorite soup. I love oha soup. And pomo. Oh, I've not even tried this pomo. Hold on, let me. It's hot. This soup is hot though. I should have waited for this thing. I don't know what to tell you, people. It's just good. Bye, guys.